I'm Stephen, and today I'm going to be answering your burning questions while opening up this mysterious box and having a bugle blowing in my ear.
This might be a bad idea.
That was a lot louder than I thought it was going to be. I'm only going to have 30 seconds to answer each question. If I go over the 30 seconds, Naomi will bugle me. Naomi's my sister, in case you're wondering. Please stop referring to her as my girlfriend, wife, or partner. Sister. Sister. But at the same time, I have been sent this package by an internet person called Colin. So, between every 2 questions, we're going to open up the box and try something from what's inside. And I have no idea what's in here. Okay, let's start. First question. Oh yes.
You haven't given me any questions.
The questions are in Bones McGee has the questions.
Oh, they're in Bones McGee's head.
They're in the skull. Okay, question number 1.
From Brady Davis Photography. Brady Davis Photography.
Brady Davis. What is it?
When did you get into filmmaking and why?
Really, I got into filmmaking probably in my early teens, and the reason, I didn't want to have to revise for my GCSEs, so I spent several days making a stop motion animation instead. Here's a clip of it. And that's pretty much how I got started. More recently, I decided I hated doing web design, and video seemed like a much more fun option. I'm done.
Oh.
Next question.
From Zoltan Beck's Bread. Zoltan Beck's Bread.
Zoltan Beck's Bread.
Top 3 techniques / ways to grow audience on social media, Instagram.
Okay, I can totally do this in 30 seconds. Right, growing on social media and Instagram. Okay, so if you want to go on Instagram, post quality content, interact with people posting similar quality content and people interested in such content, and post regularly. When it comes to YouTube, concentrate on quality. I define quality as something that entertains, entertain, inform, inspire. Do all 3 if you can. Do it frequently. Post regularly, and
Wait, no, I didn't stop. Sorry.
You googled me early.
I did, but you stopped speaking.
If you want to grow online, it's quality content, regular quality content, interacting, and finally, do a holistic approach where you post on all different channels. So I post across YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay. Right, I will keep the rest shorter than that. I think that one deserves a slightly longer answer.
Sorry, I can't see the timer.
But yeah, growing online is about being patient and consistent and posting regularly. I'm just continuing this question. Right, first thing I find is wrap snacks. For wrappers? Sour cream with a dab of ranch potato chips.
Ooh,
I have to
so
tape
that means
all
they're
these
going to be
up.
garlicky. We don't have ranch here. Or maybe we do, but
It's
not
sour
commonly.
cream. It's basically, ugh.
No, it's garlic.
Dabbing is a lifestyle. He goes. They've got a weird aftertaste.
They do have a weird aftertaste. What is that?
It's like a fish. Something fishy. Sour cream with a hint of fish. Next question.
They're not like normal sour cream.
Next 2 questions.
Oh, again from Sultan Beck's Bread.
Okay.
What are the essential tools / gadgets for DIY short film making on a small budget, around £100?
Okay, so assuming you already have a camera, if I had £100 to spend, I would spend it on a decent microphone. For one, I'd probably buy what I'm using at the minute, which is the Rode Video Micro, costs around £40. I would try and get some lights. I haven't bought budget lights in a while. I'll post some links in the description to ones that might work. And finally, I would buy a prime lens and learn how to use it without zoom and learn how to get really nice frame with just a prime lens.
From Johnny Paul.
And practice as much as possible.
Do you use mood boards for planning projects / inspiration?
Sometimes use mood boards. For a recent project where we needed characters, original characters, that would mostly be where we used the mood boards. And Naomi worked on this for me. She kind of put together a mood board, which was basically just lots and lots of characters from stop motion.
Tall ones and short ones.
Yes, yes, that's what it was. And I wanted tall, thin, and short, fat. And
Hadn't realised.
It's so painful.
Yes, now you know how it feels.
Short, fat, and tall, thin characters, which then became with the inspiration for the elf and the snail. We would also sometimes use storyboards. Again, they start off very, very rough.
This is definitely over 30 seconds.
I will do these kinds of storyboards here with these terrible little stickman characters, and then Naomi takes them and we'll do some proper arting to make them look much better. Next question.
From I don't know how to say
E-Millionaires.
It's who sent this, right?
E-Millionaires, yeah.
Okay. Is a Mavic Mini a good upgrade from a Tello?
Yes, absolutely. I would say the Tello is an excellent first drone. It costs less than $100. Learn your basic controls for cheap, and then yeah, the Mavic Mini would be a great upgrade if you're then wanting to get something that shoots good footage and videos. Yes. All right, Nick, this thing, gobbers.
That says goobers, I believe.
I'm pretty sure it's gobbers.
No.
Is this gobbers or goobers?
It's definitely goobers. There's two O's.
Milk chocolate fresh roasted peanuts.
That sounds nice.
It's chocolate covered nuts. Yeah, they look like droppings. Looks like sheep poo. Here I come.
Yeah, I'll have some sheep.
Those are actually nice. Thanks for the gobbers.
Goobers.
Gobbers.
From Belfast Banter, best free editing software.
Hands down, the best free editing software for video is the Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve. Industry top level software, and with industry standard color grading. For photos, I'd recommend Lightroom Mobile. Next.
Advice of sharp drone footage. I'm using a Mavic Pro. I can't get it to focus.
If you have a Mavic Pro, it's quite easy to get sharp footage. You just start the whole thing up, get the drone in the air, push your peanuts. Push your autofocus button, tap in the middle of the screen, let it autofocus, and then lock focus, and boom, that's you for the rest of the flight. This is a cookies and cream Twix. Cookies and cream. So basically,
seems like a lot of countries have more interesting flavors than we do.
A bit.
Thank you.
You can have that one. Next question. Not a fan.
I like that.
You can have it. Next question.
From Hiking Physio.
Hiking, oh yeah.
This
is the guy that saved my running career.
I almost said Hiking Psycho.
Hiking Psycho. That's something very different. I think I've met a few hiking psychos when I've been out and about.
Do you have to have a good fashion sense to be a good runner? Asking for a friend.
Do you have to have a good fashion sense to be a runner? No. In fact, you should have a terrible fashion sense to be a runner. One of the most amazing things about running is that you lose all sense of pride and dignity. And after a few weeks, it's perfectly normal for you to be out running with strangers, having a conversation about that time you pooed in a hedge.
From... I feel really bad not saying their names right. What races do you have planned for this year? What are your current goals or 2020 race time goals?
Okay, a few goals this year. I would like to break a 1:36 half marathon, because that's my previous PB. I'm gonna try and do it in 4 weeks' time in Larne. Don't know if I'm fast enough. If I manage that, I might then try and break a 20-minute 5K, another long-term goal. Then a longer-term goal this year for October is I'm gonna run the Mourne Skyline race in the Mourne Mountains, 21 miles, 10,000 foot of climbing. Ouch.
From G.
G, just G.
Just G.
No, it's G underscore.
G underscore. Any tips on making B-roll footage around bands/DJs, B-roll in general?
Now, I have shot quite a few music videos, but they've been live music videos, so very little of it has been B-roll. It's mostly been A-roll, but the way I would tend to shoot a music video like that is I'll have one long shot which covers the entire song, then I'll get them to play through it a few times. I'll focus on close-ups to the instruments. Generally, you can cut those in anywhere because people really can't tell at which point they appear. For B-roll in general, put your camera onto the highest frame rate possible, bend your knees and swivel, and then just slow it down in post. What's in the box? Oh, a human head. Spoiler alert. Ooh. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm more after, something sugary. These are Airhead Extremes. Artificially flavored. Oh, they're only a green on the sorrow meter. I would prefer they were up into the red. I think you got more than me.
Oh yeah, I can smell the artificial cherry.
Those are amazing.
Before you actually taste it, you can taste it. It's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, you can
taste it before it's on your tongue.
Oh, there's a
They're good.
up your nostrils.
Oh, right.
Come on. Come on, this video was lasting much longer than I thought it would.
From Gav MCQ88, what do you use to stabilize the videos? Is it a GoPro self-stabilization or a gimbal?
Okay, he's obviously asking about my running videos. Since the GoPro Hero 7, the stabilization has been good enough for action sports and for running. More than good enough. I never use a gimbal when I'm running. I actually think, and I never even use the GoPro Hero 8 on maximum stabilization. I actually think a little bit of shake helps add to the action. It can be too smooth, but sometimes a gimbal can be useful. See my previous video. Next question. Next question. Come on, people are bored. They've been watching for 15 minutes. Pablo Magic. Oh yes.
Have you ever had
Bit of a legend.
Have you ever had any negativity on YouTube, and how have you handled it?
Yes, I have. Go and see my video where I said that the Mavic Mini was not the best first drone to get. People really don't like it when you question their purchasing decisions. I had some notes on this. Oh yes, in dealing with criticism in general, I would recognize when criticism is actually on point, when they actually have something real to say. Be able to figure out when someone's just trolling you, or when they're an idiot, or when they're just ignorant, because those things are different. If it's definitely a troll, don't give them air. Don't reply, just delete it if it's really, really nasty. And don't go onto Facebook saying, "Nick, this person trolled me, I'm so upset." Because that's exactly what they want. They could well be in the Facebook group that you use, they see you posting that, and that's a victory for them. Don't give trolls air.
Oh!
I do think partly that getting annoyed about stuff like that is, to some level, a decision. At some point you don't have control over how you feel, but at some level you do. You can decide that this person, I don't know this person, I don't care about this person, therefore I shouldn't care about anything they say.
Especially not if they're just criticising your appearance, like saying you've got a buffer face.
Yeah. It can be tricky, but I think the best approach is just don't give any weight to them. Next question. My head is so sore.
Well, that's what you get for continuing after I bugled you the
Don't
first time.
feed the trolls.
From David.
Take up residence onto your bridge. Oh, that's getting cut.
That's definitely getting cut.
Next question.
From David McClelland Photography.
Okay.
How do you find time to do everything that you need to do? Run, record videos, edit, think of ideas?
Well, actually several of those are the same things, because I record videos while I'm running, and also I probably come up with most of my best ideas for my client projects while I'm running. I'm deadly serious that I count running as an essential part of my creative workflow. And I don't actually run as much as it looks like I'm running. It probably looks like I'm out all the time. At most, it's like normally in the average weeks, maybe 5 hours a week. Editing. Naomi helps with editing, and I also don't really watch any TV. I don't consume as much. I spend less time consuming content than I do making it. So that's how. If you really want to do something, generally most people can find the time. Think about how much time you spend watching TV, think about how much time you spend on social media, and view your screen time statistics on your phone. You'll find you probably got more time than you think. Three Musketeers.
I've heard of them.
I've never heard of these. Is it like a Milky Bar? Let's say Milky Bar. Oh, it looks like a...
It's a Milky Bar. Oh, no, do you know what
it looks like a Mars bar without the caramel.
Yeah.
I don't like Mars bars. Here, you can have the bigger bit.
You're so rude. Ungrateful thing.
Okay,
nice.
Next questions. Oh, there's only a couple left.
Right. Although it is Milky Way.
Last two questions. Last two questions. This video is so long.
From Julie_knees.
Yep.
Was the Helen Bay photo a raw image? My 11 Pro photos don't look like that.
Okay, so this is a photograph I took on my iPhone 11 Pro, which looks like this. Covering up Naomi. This photograph, completely taken, completely processed on the iPhone. It was taken using an app called Spectre, which allows you to do long exposures, completely handheld, uses the gyroscope, takes multiple frames, blends the static ones, works out which images are not moving and which are moving, and then I brought it into Lightroom and processed it, but all done on the iPhone using apps that were free. Last question.
You're not going over enough.
Last question.
From E.Millioneros.
Yes.
Can't say
Who sent me this box of excitement? Yeah.
Will you bring back Sit with Steve?
This is Sit with Steve. Yes, I am actually going to bring back Sit with Steve. It was a bit of an experiment last year to see if I could just say whatever came into my head in a nice location. Worked the first couple of times. After that, retention really dropped off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revamp Sit with Steve. This time of year doesn't work because the weather's terrible, but when the weather gets better, I'll go out and I will have a topic. It'll be something I'll just sit and chat through. It'll be more of it'll be a topic that will encourage some kind of discussion. So yes, Sit with Steve, we'll be back. Right, last thing. I have hoped there's a couple other things in here, but I don't want to open everything up. I see the word flaming hot, so let's open these Funyuns. Hold on, I'm just gonna eat a massive handful of these.
Onion ring shape. That would look like it was a bad idea. I'm not gonna do that.
I snagged it on my tonsils.
Oh, gross. Ooh, those are nice. Ooh, it's like spicy Monster Munch.
I don't know if I'd say they're nice, but oh, okay, the heat's gone through now.
It's like really spicy Monster Munch.
Those are quite spicy. Well, thank you if you watched this entire video. Even with edits, I reckon it's still gonna be 20 minutes long. So thanks for watching, thanks for sending your questions, and thanks to Colin for sending me the bag of crisps. And I'll see you on the next video, which will be a video of me running in some snow.